Okay, next one. So for this problem, they want us to simplify this big old expression, okay? Which are two rational expressions being subtracted, or if you want to think about it, they're basically two fractions that you're subtracting. Now, the one thing that you need to keep in mind when you're adding or subtracting fractions is that the denominator has to be the same, okay? If the denominator is not the same, then you cannot add or subtract the fraction. So you need to add or subtract fractions. Denominator needs to be the same. Okay? And if the denominators are not the same, then you cannot add or subtract the fractions. Now, these problems may seem difficult, but in reality, they're not. So you're going to they're not as bad as they seem. So you're going to get the first fraction, 7 divided by 3a plus 5, minus 4 divided by 3a. So now you need to get these denominators to be the same. So all you do is get the first denominator, and you're going to have to multiply it times the second one, right? And vice versa. You're going to get the second denominator, and you're going to have to multiply it times the first one. So in reality, all you're going to do is get the 3a and multiply it by the 3a plus 5. And then you're going to get the 3a and multiply that by the 3a plus 5. Now, the thing that you need to remember when you do this is that what you do to the bottom, you also have to do to the top of the fraction. So if I'm multiplying the bottom by 3a, I need to multiply the top by 3a. If I'm multiplying the bottom of the right fraction by 3a plus 5, then I need to multiply the top by 3a plus 5 as well. Now I'm going to go ahead and just clear this up a little bit and rewrite everything with the correct terms. So now I have 3a times 7 divided by 3a times 3a plus 5 minus 4 times 3a plus 5 divided by 3a times 3a plus 5. And now if you look at your denominators, both of your denominators are the same, right? 3a times 3a plus 5, 3a times 3a plus 5. So now that they both have the same denominator, I can go ahead and combine my numerators together into one fraction. So now instead of having two fractions, I'm going to combine them together as one fraction. But before I do that, we're just going to go ahead and multiply these terms. So 3a times 7 and 4 times 3a and 4 times 5. But once again, now that I have the same denominator, I'm going to go ahead and combine them from two fractions to one fraction. So 3a times 7, or 7 times 3a, is going to be 21a. I'm going to go ahead and include the subtraction here from here. The only thing that I'm going to tell you is for the second fraction, because it's subtraction, you need to put parentheses because the subtraction is going to have to get distributed into the parentheses. If you do not distribute the subtraction, then you are going to be getting the wrong answer. So 4 times 3a is going to be 12a, and then 4 times 5 is going to be 20. We put a plus right there. Okay, so you need to make sure that you put that in parentheses and the subtractions on the outside. Now, we went from two fractions to one fraction with the subtraction and parentheses. So now I'm going to go ahead and distribute the subtraction inside. Remember that whenever I say distribute, I mean multiplication. So I'm going to go ahead and rewrite my expression again. So this is going to be 21a. A negative times a positive is going to be a negative 12a. A negative times a positive is also going to be a negative 20. All of that divided by 3a times 3a plus 5. Now, my last and final step is going to be to combine like terms. I'm going to go ahead and combine these because they both have a's. So 21 minus 12 is going to, 21 minus 12 is going to give me 9a minus 20 divided by 3a times 3a plus 5. Now that I see that there's nothing else for me to combine like terms, I also see the denominator. I'm not going to multiply it because I look at my answer choices and I see answer choices that have that. So now I'm going to go ahead and look at my answer choices and see if I see this answer. A is a no. B is not the answer because that's a plus and I have a minus. C is my answer. Again, D has a plus 20, which is not my answer. And also the denominator for B does not match the denominator that I have. So my answer for this one is going to be C.